In an unprecedented political earthquake, South Africa has been thrown into turmoil tonight. Stunning news is flowing in that an international arrest warrant has been issued against International Relations and Cooperation Minister Naledi Pandor. The news has shaken Pretoria and sent shockwaves through the African National Congress, leaving the party establishment in disarray as they try to contain what insiders describe as a crisis of historic dimensions. The warrant, reportedly shared via an international law enforcement network, is said to trace to claims of financial impropriety, abuse of state funds, and acquiescence in multi-billion rand corruption plots beginning with Pandor's previous ministerial tenure. While complete information is still under wraps, initial reports indicate that the allegations are related to cross-border financial transfers to diplomatic initiatives and foreign aid allocations, all issues that directly fall under her ministry's purview. From several confidential sources, it emerged that the initial notification arrived at Luthuli House late yesterday evening. Within hours, a string of emergency conferences had been called. Top ANC officials, taken by surprise, were said to have clashed deep into the night as they attempted to authenticate the warrant. "It felt like the walls were shutting in," said one attendee at the meeting. Phones were ringing constantly. No one knew who to trust. People were deleting texts, calling lawyers. It was complete panic. By morning, Pretoria was abuzz with rumor. Security at major government buildings was silently beefed up, and intelligence agents started sifting through logs of communications, attempting to find out how the information leaked ahead of official word from international services. President Cyril Ramaphosa, widely regarded as the ANC's last remaining pillar of stability, is reported to have instantly summoned a crisis council made up of top legal advisors, intelligence leaders, and diplomatic staff. The president was enraged not just with the warrant itself, but because it struck at the very center of South African diplomatic credibility, said one government source. "Naledi Pandor isn't any ordinary minister, she is the face of our foreign policy." For Ramaphosa, the conflict is colossal. On one hand, defending a longtime ally would make him look complicit. On the other, stepping too far away too fast would amount to betrayal, a gambit that could estrange loyalist factions within the ANC. The stakes were never higher. All day long, the normally bright corridors of Luthuli House were likened to ghostly quiet. Staffers huddled in corners and spoke in whispers. Telephones were answered hesitantly, and high-ranking party officials shunned reporters standing at the gate. An official who has worked in the building for over a decade told reporters, "I've never seen it like this. It's not just fear, it's disbelief." If an international warrant can be issued for someone as respected as Pandor, who's safe anymore? Experts concur that the scandal has the potential to set off a domino effect, unveiling years of networks of corruption within the ANC that many have struggled to ignore. Political commentator Perona cautioned, "This is not a local minor scandal, this is international." The ANC is under the sort of examination it has not experienced since apartheid hearings. If the proof is real, it has the potential to topple whole power blocks in the party. By lunchtime, social media websites went into overdrive. Hashtags such as #PandorWarrant, #InCanFire, and #CleanUpGovernment started trending across the country. Tens of thousands of South Africans swamped timelines with outrage, shock, and sarcasm. Some users demanded Pandor's resignation and immediate suspension pending investigation. Others expressed sorrow, noting her long history of public service and diplomacy. But a significant portion of the population expressed something deeper: fatigue. "I'm tired of hearing the same story with different names," one user posted. "Every few months it's another scandal, another denial, another investigation. When does it end?" Social media influencers and meme artists did not hesitate to convert the breaking news into viral memes showing panicky cabinet meetings and fabled WhatsApp leaks. But behind the humble collective apprehension was the feeling that the political integrity of the nation was once again under attack. European and African diplomatic sources have confirmed that a number of partner governments are keeping the situation under close watch. Pandor, who has been South Africa's main representative in international peacebuilding, climate talks, and education partnerships, was set to visit several upcoming summits, journeys that could now be under threat. "It's terribly uncomfortable," said a European diplomat stationed in Pretoria. She's represented South African diplomacy for years. To have her under an international arrest warrant changes everything: trade negotiations, regional mediation, even trust in the African Union. Experts add that the warrant can lead to travel bans, freezing of assets, and temporary withdrawal of diplomatic immunities overseas. It can also compel South Africa into an awkward legal tightrope act between upholding international law and defending an incumbent cabinet member. Her lawyers are in a dash to challenge the warrant. Sources close to her legal team say they are claiming interim relief from South African courts, submitting that the charges are politically motivated. But international legal professionals warn that challenging such a warrant is not easy. Once an arrest warrant has been made under international protocols, it doesn't just vanish overnight, said human rights attorney Nomula Sithole. You can stall it. You can negotiate the terms. But unless it's found fraudulent, it's on your tail wherever you go. If enforced, Pandor can be arrested as soon as she arrives in any participating jurisdiction. For a foreign minister, that realistically incapacitates her office. As pressure grows, President Ramaphosa stands in what many call the most dangerous hour of his presidency. Critics say his silence in the hours after the news speaks volumes. By nightfall, the presidency issued a brief statement labeling the reports as unverified and cautioning against foreign interference in internal political affairs. But that statement did nothing to assuage the storm. Opposition parties were quick to pounce on the vagueness. The Democratic Alliance called on the presidency to come clean and requested a parliamentary investigation. The economic freedom fighters took it a step further, calling for Pandor to resign forthwith. In the meantime, word is circulating that a number of high-ranking ANC members, fearing exposure, have started secretly seeking legal counsel and relocating funds abroad. Experts believe the damage may potentially go far beyond Pandor's situation. The warrant has reopened sores within the ANC, reigniting factional struggles among Ramaphosa's reformists and veterans aligned with older power groups. Some insiders worry the scandal might trigger an internal purge or even early elections should popular anger keep building. The ANC's unity has always been fragile, said McOna. This could be the breaking point. It's not just about corruption anymore, it's about survival. There are also concerns that foreign investors will respond in panic, leading to short-term volatility in the markets. The rand has already experienced slight fluctuations since the announcement, and analysts caution that prolonged uncertainty may damage economic confidence. Political analysts concur that the next few days will be pivotal. If Pandor is officially named on an Interpol red notice or cooperating countries initiate legal proceedings, South Africa's diplomatic team may venture into new territory. Ramaphosa's government would be compelled to make an unpalatable choice between defending one of its most veteran cabinet members or fully complying with global authorities, a choice politically heavy with implications. A senior intelligence officer put it bluntly, "We're in untested waters." How the president responds in the next 3 days could define his legacy and the ANC's fate. As night falls over Pretoria, the mood remains tense. The streets outside the union buildings are filled with journalists, demonstrators, and security personnel. Inside, government officials move hurriedly between meetings, whispering in guarded tones. No one knows what tomorrow will bring. Will the presidency stand up for one of its own, or will it cave to global pressure? Will this crisis unveil the underlying layers of corruption long feared by South Africans, or will it dissipate into another unresolved scandal? At least for now, one thing is certain: South Africa is at a crossroads. The world is waiting with bated breath, and the ANC's most influential leaders are on tiptoes, waiting to know whether this will be the fall of a dynasty or the start of overdue accountability. This is an ongoing story. Watch for updates as events unfold. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because over the next few hours, the truth behind the Naledi Pandor warrant might change South Africa's political destiny forever.